James, we're going to talk about what happens when you reach your destination. When you have put in tremendous amount of effort and you intentionally set a goal and now you are there and it's not at all how you envision it to be. Talk about that, James.
Oh, the first thing that comes to my mind is what now? Mm-hmm. Where do I go from here? Because a lot of times we set goals and we work so hard to get those and we put a lot of energy in those. And if I get there, then you get there. And what now? Because sometimes when you're working so hard at it, there becomes a complacency in that. What I mean by that is it becomes a safe place because you're working at the goal, and it's gonna you're keeping busy. You see the goal. You're constantly busy. You see results.
There's also a lot. Oftentimes, there's a fight because you have to fight yourself
Yes.
to achieve it. So yes, so
And then
so
you
you're
get setbacks.
Exactly, but you're still safe because you have the option of stopping at any point in time. That's why you would say it's a safety, because you can set your goal, you can fight for it, you can do all this hard work to get there, but all the time you have the option to stop.
Right.
But once you reach your destination, there is no option of stopping because now you're there. Now you've actually accomplished it. Now you're there. Now you're actually out there, so to speak. Everybody else, once you reach your destination, others also know about your destination.
Yes, you publicly.
That's what I mean by that. Now you're actually out there.
You proclaim it.
You're proclaiming it. Everyone sees it. So there is really no stopping once you reach your destination.
Yeah, and you also throw your hat over the fence. There's no safety.
There's no safety either. No. But exactly what you said. Your thoughts are, what now what?
Yeah. And what does the new destination look like?
So what do you mean now? Now you have a new destination. Mm-hmm. You're at this destination, but it's not at all what you figured it's going to look like. So now you're focusing on a new destination. Is that what you're saying?
Well,
just trying to hear what you're saying there, James.
Exactly.
Because exactly we said, you're there. Everyone knows about it. There is no new destination.
Yeah.
You have to follow this through.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a sense, as you're working at this destination, as you're working at this goal, this destination, the familiarity, you also get you know where you're going to fail, in that you have safety nets as you're working toward a goal. Mm-hmm. But this destination, now you're here.
Mm-hmm. Now you've arrived.
You can either look at it two ways. One, tremendous amount of opportunity. Now, this opened up doors. Mm-hmm. For a tremendous amount of opportunity, you reached it. Because you prepared all the way for this. You did all the boot camp, all the homework, whatever that is. Now you got the opportunity. And you can look at it from a way, wow, the opportunity's there. You're ready for it. Mm-hmm. You can look at it too, man, look at the opportunities that just opened up as I got here.
Right.
Or you can also look at it. Fear can set in and say, man, look at all the opportunities I can fail. Look at all the opportunities I can fall.
Right.
This is unfamiliar.
Or also disappointment can come in.
Heavy disappointment.
When this is not at all what I envisioned.
This is not
I fought so hard to get to where I'm at, but where I'm at today is not at all what I envisioned. And so disappointment can set in. And so we can tend to stay there, James. stay in that space, in that mindset. How do we move out of that?
It comes, one of the things we do talk a lot about, the choices we make becomes, we call the word self-confidence, self-belief, but I would call it, for me, is you know without a shadow of a doubt this is right.
Mm-hmm.
You know it wasn't about you. You know it wasn't your personal achievement.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's where we get stuck in. We base life on what we can control,
Right.
based on what is in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a part when you believe that, I was even thinking this morning on the drive in, and I'm probably not going to clarify the right words, but fate versus, oh, what's that word? Oh, providence. Providence, for me, and I'm probably not going to get the exact definitions, but I'll try to describe a little bit. Providence, there are things that are meant to be, without a shadow of a doubt.
Mm-hmm.
We're just not on this earth, and things happen by chance.
Right.
Somebody told me today that good luck, for me, there's no such thing as good luck. I don't make decisions based on luck.
Mm-hmm.
I used to make decisions based on my abilities or my personal achievements.
Right.
So how do we move forward out of that? I believe everything is meant to be. I believe in providence, not fate, not by chance.
Or luck. Yeah.
Or luck. So, and it's done by a lot of hard work of examining myself, but also being aligned, what I would call it, in God's perfect will for my life.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean? That means my gift set, my lane, everything happens for a purpose. Everything is a purpose that's bigger than my self-achievements.
Mm-hmm.
But it does line up in a sense of who I am, my gift sets. As I reach those goals, it's all about learning and growing into what my purpose is in the next 5 years, the next 10 years, or next 5 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I move into purpose of what I'm on this earth for. That's something I rest in. And it's definitely not my personal achievements. So the first part, exactly, you can get in that trap of saying, that fear, opportunity for fail. Am I going to fail? Yeah. Am I going to fail? Again, we're all in an evolution of growth. So that's part of it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Because you try again. Where the really important thing for me and why I've learned and learning is to not be aligned in the purpose of what my life and what I'm on this earth for.
Mm-hmm.
So the excitement, how do we move out of that, is knowing who you are and what your purpose is. It's very simple. When you know who you are, your abilities, the person you are, your capacities,
Mm-hmm.
all that, you know who you are, then you also then know where you align in the great picture of this life, the great big picture of this life.
So then you have your purpose.
There you have your purpose.
Which is going to keep you moving.
Definitely going to keep you moving.
Because you're going to continue to say that this is only... So now you have arrived at your destination. It's not at all what you imagined to do. But I like what you said, James, where you say, I didn't do this, we did. So that's also, you're also responsible and accountable to those around you, because together we accomplished this goal, this dream. So now we're looking at the next.
I'm glad you brought we in. I'm not sure if I remember I said that, if I did that.
Yes, you did say I didn't accomplish it. You know, you have to look at we.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying.
And
I didn't get here on my own. That's what you said. I didn't get here on my own. And that's true because that's what you have to, when you look at that and say, I got here by myself.
Yeah.
I did this.
Personal
then you're
achievement.
just going to stay in that. You're going to stay in that disappointment. You're going to stay in the fact that this is not at all what you pictured. But when you look at we did this, this is not about us. This is not about you. It's not about me. It's about something greater than ourselves. So obviously it didn't turn out the way that I envisioned it, but doesn't mean it's wrong. And it's actually because, again, exactly what you said. It's all part of that great circle of life. And so where you're at right now at this destination is where you're supposed to be if you know who you are and you know your purpose. That's a true statement.
And I like, as you really expounded on the we, you also surround yourself around people because you're not going to you can't accomplish your purpose by yourself.
No, you really can't.
Is it God in you? There are times where it's God in you, where you become, you and God isolate, and there's a lot of surgery, a dark tunnel. Oh, that happens. But when we move forward, God works through we as a collective.
The reason why it's we as a collective, James, is because also when you're moving forward, you're getting stretched like you've never gotten stretched before.
That's correct.
And if you don't have someone to hold you accountable or encourage you along the way, you're going to throw the towel in.
You are.
You have to have that support. You have to have those voices. For all those voices that say you can't, you have to have those voices that say you can.
Yes. And what's really important as you continue to reach your goals, it's very important to have people that are like-minded, that have same core values. Again, as a leader, you're only a leader if people are following, correct? Or you're taking a walk.
That's true.
But at the end of the day, you have to know what your lane is and who the people around you are. But at the end of the day, a leader doesn't do it himself or herself.
No.
Not at all.
No.
We is a very important part.
Well, here's the thing.
We can either make you or break you.
And that's a true statement.
If you're not in the circle of the right influence, so to speak, if you're not it's very important. The we is huge.
The reason why a leader never says I and always says we is because I can only do as much as I have the capacity for. And that's not very much. Together, we can do great things. Yes. So when you say I, you are only you're limiting everyone around you. And you're limiting yourself because
you limit the organization.
You can only go as far as you've gone.
You limit.
When you say we can go great places.
Right. That's the difference between doing something good and something great.
Exactly.
There's a price for doing something great, and you can't do it. You can do it alone. Go right. Again, we talk about self-achievement versus being in the lane and purpose. There's a big difference.
Yes, I agree.
Self-achievement. I did a lot of self-achievement, and I have some accomplishments. If you notice, I said some.
Yes.
What's really exciting is when you set goals and you're going to the future and you're in your lane. What can we do? You won't be saying some. Big difference between good and great.
It is. And it's a big difference between just going through life or leaving a legacy. You want to leave a legacy? It's we.
Always. And that's you ask the question, how do you get through them? How do you get through the opportunity to fail, the opportunity to lose it all yourself? But the purpose is more greater than the opportunity. It's bigger, and it's worth it all. And to not have tried is worse than to stay. For a leader, for not have tried, for not have gone and dared greatly, the downside is tremendous amount worse of just staying and not trying.
It is. That's true. Because now you're constantly wondering, what if?
Not only wondering what if. But there becomes an emptiness when you look back. Again, legacy versus immortality. When you look back at your legacy, you always say, Nancy, what is your eulogy?
Yes, exactly.
In the big picture. We don't think about it. But what do you want people to say about you?
And that's the greatest principle of life, is you start with the end in mind. And that is the true statement. What do you want people to say about you when they come to your funeral?